it was stunning. I still remember the day he got drafted, and it was like, could this guy be like way later in the draft? Could he be up at the top? And he ultimately landed somewhere in the middle there, and the Bucks took a chance on him. Of course, like here in Boston, it's still like, oh, the Celtics could have got him. They drafted Kelly Olynyk over him. And at that time, like no one would have been waving a flag to draft Giannis. It would have been seen as like such a massive gamble.
Totally. Okay, so one of my favorite anecdotes from the book, I talked to Austin Ainge, and he was telling me how like they so like basically Danny, Austin, and like a bunch of Boston people not only came to Greece, but they traveled to this place called Volos, which is like, you know, like 6 hours away or something crazy like that. And the crowd was like yelling at Danny and like saying mean things, and he's just like so confused, like why are these people like, why is everybody saying these things to me? And he doesn't know what they're saying because he doesn't know Greek. And then finally somebody tells him that they're taunting him and because they've mistaken him for a rival Greek GM. They don't know that he's Danny Ainge, but once they realize he's Danny Ainge, they start cursing and saying things about the Lakers, and it's, you know, and then they all start cracking up, and it's hilarious. Imagine like this, you know, little gym in the middle of nowhere, and Danny Ainge is getting like shitted on by all the people there. And it's just like very funny. And then they come to a practice the next day, which was just like all the players were like, oh my God, Danny Ainge came to our practice, you know, and it's just a huge deal. But, you know, what they basically said was like, if we knew Giannis would have grown 2 inches, it would have been a different story. He would not have fallen to where he fell at all.
What made the Bucks believe? Like, where, you know, there were all these different concerns about him and questions, and you could project greatness there. But what made, you know, whereas I think it was 15 teams passed on him before that. What made the Bucks commit to him in the end, you think?
So that's the weird part, is that like, especially talking to people like John Hammond, you know, the GM at the time, and a lot of the staffers, is that they were fully aware that they were taking a ginormous chance. Like, this wasn't something that they like. John is like, I'm not going to act like I knew something that others didn't. Like, I'm not going to act like I have these clairvoyant powers and I knew. So I think first just saying that is like, they took a humongous swing, but you can do that when you're the Milwaukee Bucks, and you had to do that when you're the Milwaukee Bucks, because keep in mind that, you know, they were almost going to leave Milwaukee. There was concerns about like, could their arena be a modern day NBA arena? Could they leave? Look what happened to Seattle. So they were in this position where they could afford to take a chance. And it's not like you were top 5. You could, you know, if this didn't work out, it would be okay. You know, 15 is a whole lot different. And so I think a couple of those things made them feel comfortable, but they liked what they saw of him. Scouting him was incredibly difficult. They couldn't tell the size of the players on the court because the film quality was so terrible. So imagine like everything is against this guy. You can't even tell if he's that good via film, but you're just taking a chance. And so it was a big chance, but, you know, credit to them for actually doing it, you know?
Hi guys, Cedric Maxwell here. I want to take a minute to tell you about Marigold Medical. I'm used to keeping my body in great shape, but with arthritis, even the most simple everyday tasks became unbearable. As soon as I called Marigold Medical, I knew I was in good hands. No drugs, no surgery, just an experienced team of caring professionals that wanted to get me back to doing the things I love. Make the call to Marigold Medical and get back to pain-free life.